systems for compliance. When scanning a Windows target system for adherence to specific guidelines, certain configuration settings are required to allow Nessus to log in and analyze the system. As for credentialed scans, you must provide administrative-level credentials for the target system. Additionally, you must configure the target Windows systems according to the Nessus Credential Checks Guide, which is located on the Tenable Support portal. This guide defines the parameters required for user accounts and user access control, registry settings, firewall settings, and more. Nessus can test for anything that is configured as a policy value under the Windows framework, in addition to permissions of files, directories, and objects. There are hundreds of registry settings that can be audited. Some examples include account lockout duration, security log retention, allowance of local logins, password history enforcement, password complexity, and minimum password length. Many of these checks exist in predefined compliance guidelines issued by industry or regulatory bodies. Since Nessus understands these checks, no further configuration should be required. However, you can customize these values and create checks for your organization if needed. You may also use Windows PowerShell commandlets to extend the audit functionality. Running PowerShell commandlets on a target system enables you to gather a variety of information provided by built-in Windows PowerShell commands. For example, you could create a check that runs a PowerShell command and returns a list of security patches applied, audits running services, outputs system log information, returns a list of files in a directory, outputs the contents of a file, and much more. In addition to using PowerShell commandlets for Windows information, you may use PowerShell snap-ins for software such as Microsoft Exchange, IIS, Microsoft SharePoint, or even VMware's PowerCLI. Nessus can also analyze files for sensitive data. For example, you can create an audit check that analyzes Excel spreadsheets, PDF files, and plain text files for credit card numbers, personally identifiable information, confidential corporate information, and more. These scans may take a long time, depending on the amount of available data to analyze and the resources of the target system. It is possible to tune this type of scan by specifying which directories to search, which file extensions to look at, and the maximum file size Nessus will analyze. Nessus supports compliance scanning for many versions of Windows. Further documentation is available at the Tenable Support portal.